So we shall also be exploring another pair over here. It's a V25 index. It's one of the pairs that actually moves, and it runs along with the trend, so it's a good pair to trade. Okay, so we go to the H1 to see if we have any potential setups. The H1, we see that price has been making higher highs, but we have seen that so far anything above this level is good for buys because that was the previous level of resistance. And though the price is really overbought at this area, I can't simply just start buying because we are late in the market. So just have to accept that we are late in the market, and then we shall move on to maybe another setup. Yeah, we shall just wait for another setup. Let's go for another pair. V 151s. So on V101s on the H1, sorry, the H1 not there. So from the H1 perspective, price is selling. We're already underneath the level of support. So this was the first level of support that we had. Once price broke this level of support, anything underneath that level is good for sales. So I go to the M15. So you see that. So on the M15, I see that price is now making a new lower low. So for volatility 101s, I'll start actually selling. I'll sell at least. But the bad thing with it is that it only allows small positions. But also stop loss will be above this high, and then my TP will be all the way down here, so it will be around $120. Okay, it will be around, my stop loss will be 128, TP will be $273. Issue, I can't enter multiple positions for this one, so I have to search for another pair. So spot up volatility up index. Let's see how it works. We go to the H4, because I love the H4 most because it gives me most of these entries. On the H4, we already have a level of support over here, okay, and it took price all the way up. So if price respects this level of support, we shall have another impulsive move to the upside. From the H1 perspective, I don't really see much. The H1 isn't giving me any confirmations. So for this one, I'll also skip this one. So go to V. There's V25. Okay, 25 index. We have already seen it. V15 1S. So in the V15 1S, we see that price is actually starting to sell. We had a level of support underneath, and we are selling. So for V15 1S, I won't hesitate. I go to the H4 and realize that price is likely to start selling. We have a level of support down here, so price has to fully retest this level. Okay, because of that, I'll take my entries for sales 1.2, 1160, 100. Okay, so for V15 1S, I'll start selling aggressively because price is likely to start selling. Okay, and here the TP is gonna be at this level over here. It will be around 3k in profit. We have 4 positions. That means we shall be in profit of around, depending on the position sizes, but my stop loss will be just a little bit above this area here, so it'll be around 3k. Okay, 4k. But we know that price has to first of all retest that level before it shows any sign of resistance. Okay, so we shall put it there. Alright, we shall now hold our positions and see what price gives us. Though for this other pair I've shown you, V25 1S, I've shown you that above that level price is bullish, but I don't have any confirmations. So I'll just close these bulk operations, and then we shall close 25 1S buy positions. Okay, so that you can remain with only the V151S and then also the V15 1S. As simple as that. We shall remain with these 2 positions, and we'll see what price gives us. Because for this one, as I've shown you guys, price has to be above this level for us to take entries for buys. Price has to come above this area, then we can take our entries for buys. And we see that the maximum volume is 30. So perhaps you can put a buy limit above, but I don't like buy limits. Although for study purposes, let me just put one to be a buy stop. Okay. Okay, it's okay. We shall take another entry on it maybe another time. But so far, let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin from yesterday was selling, so I don't see any reason for us to start buying. So from the H4 perspective, the candle is actually just consolidating. We see that price is just consolidating. As you guys saw, the first time we consolidated, price pushed downward. Okay, so for the second time, price started to consolidate. We expect another move to the downside. So Bitcoin can probably retest these areas of support. If you observe, this was another area of support over here, so price can retest that area before pushing up. Also, we have another area of support over here, so these are all good zones for price to drop to. So price can potentially drop to this zone, and then afterwards it can also drop to this other zone down here. So many good entries, so we shall be waiting. But if price breaks and breaks this level, we shall have entries for buys. Okay, yeah, simple as that. But a Bitcoin on the H1 we are selling. On the M15 I want to see structure being broken. M15 and M30 so on the M15 I see structure being broken. Price is starting to make lower lows. That's good for us. Go to the M5. Yeah, price is making lower lows in the market. That's good. That's some hope. But so far we have seen that price is actually, we have another area of support on the M5. Price is not, it has failed to make an indication that it wants to go lower. So yeah, Bitcoin is kind of iffy. But now this other trade on V15 1S, I see that price is now starting to buy. Okay, that's 4K in loss for this pair. I already have the indication, so I don't think we shall push any higher. If price pushes any higher than this area over here, I'll be out. That will be at around 1K loss for the positions. 3K and 2K. Okay, so for this one the stop loss is gonna be just a little bit above here. Then for the third position, I'll hold it. Nothing to fear, I will just hold the third position. But if price breaks these areas, we shall have price reach all the way up here. That's why I had to maximize my entry positions, because if price breaks that area, we shall have another massive downfall. Speaking of downfall, let's go to another pair. We have V10 index. Okay, here on V10 so here on, we go to the H1, price has been extremely bullish. The daily is actually better for this. Okay, so show that on the daily time frame. Okay, on the daily time frame, price can potentially reach that area above, but I'll go to the H4 just to clarify something. And I see that price is actually starting to, it has been making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, this is a good sign that price can continue the bullish momentum up to this area of resistance, because this is where we saw that the first sellers come into the market. So you can buy and then hold till price 6,300. Okay, so we shall buy one position, and then the stop loss we shall just give it underneath this area here. That should be 3K, and then the TP not 118, but just a little bit above here, so it will be around 5K of profit. Okay, so we have the maximum volume reached, but as I've told you, if price breaks underneath here, we'll be out of the market. So yeah, let's wait for these pairs to play out. The one for V15 one is actually starting to push up. It's making a bit of a resistance at that area. We have seen that price has resisted this area for some good time on the H1. Something I really missed. Okay, we see that price broke underneath this level of support. Over here we broke underneath. Anything underneath is good for sales, but our price is resisting a lot. If you observe, whenever price resists an area, we had an indication that would have been the first indication that's going to continue selling. But I'll hold this for up to that area there. That's a drop based drop, so if price breaks it, we shall call it a day. Just move my stop to that area. Okay, but yeah, that's it. Currently in loss of 3k. We shall come back after 1 hour and see what price is giving us.